eyes to pray. I can't find the words to say, I'm speechless, but questioning, delight and wondering why am I so blind? Depends on what I've left undone, or have heard or said, or one pressure that fills my room and molds me while I sleep. It's killing me. Oh, I'm on my knees, and yet I wanna have faith again. I wanna have faith when I can't see the plan. I wanna have faith again. I wanna have faith, but I'll go inside my head, speaking for the living dead. Distraction, enough dissatisfaction to deny the wool in my eyes. I'll weave a question mark so wide that when laid upon its side it hooks me, it scratches, beats and proves me that I'm numb and meaningless. Is this the truth or am I choosing it? I wanna have faith again. Well, I wanna have faith when I can't feel the pain. I wanna have faith again. I wanna have faith. What if I like it, being in control? 'Cause are you even here to hold? 'Cause if there's nothing, where do I go? If my destiny's purely chemistry, then why do I want more? Jump 'cause sometimes I can fly, leave my anger far behind. That moment where everything is possible for me. Is that belief? Well, love ain't false, but it's a mystery to me. I wanna have faith again. Well, I wanna have faith, but it falls from fingers clasping it. I wanna have faith again. I wanna have faith. I'm going to create a command for all you guys so you can easily donate to this really important situation. I know that that thing on the bottom of the screen might not be legible for everyone, so let me create this. There you go. So if you're watching on Periscope, Facebook, it should be pretty legible at the bottom of the screen. So I actually did not want to do this concert today because I'm very troubled by all of us are troubled by what's going on these days. And to make it clear, I'm not troubled by the protests. I'm troubled by what led to the protests. And I'm one of the, probably only one of my friends who how do I put this? All my friends get the violence out there, but how do I put this? I've done a lot of therapy in my life, and I support it, is my point. But I don't, on the small micro scale, I understand how many people are suffering, people who don't need to be put in harm's way and all that, but it feels like this is the first time in a long time that people are listening. And sometimes there are very small, minor cuts on the way to, I don't know, to justice. So that's why I wanted to not do this concert, because I'm very angry and I don't feel safe being out there, not because of physical harm, I don't feel safe because of the pandemic. So I've been asking around, how can you get involved without being out there physically? And apparently this is a really great way to do it. So if you donate to this Minnesota Freedom Fund, what happens is people who are protesting, almost all very peacefully, but I understand the trauma and I relate to it, and I do not think people need to express their protest and outrage in a neat, compact way. So whoever is being arrested, again, most of which are being peaceful, and some who are maybe like I would be if I were out there, very, very angry and full of anger and rage, this helps them with bail and with legal services. So it's basically like being on the front lines if you're inside. It's like, oh man, I don't get to be out there because I'm like Zane, I'm scared of the coronavirus pandemic and I don't want to be out there. Well, if you donate to this fund, you will be a part of this. I've put a really high thing up there. I don't know if you can even see it on the charity donation thing, but if you donate $500, which sounds insane. None of this goes to me. This goes directly to the Minnesota Freedom Fund. It's through Tiltify. If you donate that, if someone's crazy and wants to donate that, I will do a live learn, which means I will learn literally any song you want. Probably take about 20 minutes. So if you're like, I really want to hear this song and I want to be involved in what's going on these days, that's the number. I'd be willing to do it for less if we get towards the end, because I really just want to find a way to raise money today. So yeah, there won't be a dollar going to anywhere but to that fund. Yeah, so that's what we're doing today. Sorry if my tone seems a bit somber, but yeah. I know there are some people who are out these days who are like, oh, I gotta keep doing my thing to be consistent. I just didn't want to do the stream today because I was just too angry. So I'm gonna transmute it through music, and I really hope we can create yeah, I just really hope we get to a place where, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna sing it. I don't know. Walk through the morning sun, I feel the mist surround my memory. I open my eyes but still can't see if this is love or treachery. Awakening. Well, after the war, I couldn't stop the bleeding, stop believing I could fight for more. And after the war, it can be so misleading. Flags still standing tall, but my heart can't breathe. My eyes deceive me. My dear, we're wounded, 'cause I'm so afraid to walk away. Babe, we're after the war. I quivered and never glanced your way. We thought we found the enemy, but you stayed behind with dagger raised, and then you buried it inside of me. Well, after the war, I couldn't stop the bleeding, stop believing I could fight for more. And after the war, it can be so misleading. Flags still standing tall, but my heart can't breathe. My eyes deceive me. My dear, I won't let, 'cause I'm so afraid to walk away. Baby, we're after the war. Lay me down, place my bones upon the ground. Don't look back now. Scattered pieces lose their power. After the war, my heart can't breathe, my eyes deceive me. My dear, we're wounded, but I'm so afraid to walk away. After the war, well, I couldn't stop the bleeding, stop believing I could fight for more. And after the war, it could be so misleading. Flags still standing tall, but my heart can't breathe. My eyes that you will see the love there that's sleeping. Still my guitar gently weeps. I look at the floor and I see it needs sweeping. Still my guitar gently weeps. I don't know how someone controlled you. They bought and sold you. I don't know how you were inverted. No one alerted you. I look at the world and I see that it's spinning. Still my guitar gently weeps. With every mistake we must surely be learning. Still my guitar gently weeps. I don't know how you would have heard it. No one alerted you. I look at you. I look at you. I look at you. I look at you. All right, guys, thank you for being here today. Instagram, hello. I put you guys on as a camera sometimes, so thanks for being part of the wide angle, whatever the heck that is. Guys, I'm really thankful that you guys are donating. Oh, boy. Hair. Cool. Let's turn this thing off. Okay, there we go. I'm really grateful you guys are donating. We already raised $300 for the Minnesota Freedom Fund. This is amazing. So I wish I was like a rich guy who'd be like, oh, match every fund, but I'm not Target or whatever. But I can tell you that I've already donated myself, and there's another bail fund that I'm actually going to be donating to, because it turns out that, like most human beings, I have, I'm sure all of us here, have the ability to stand up for injustice and also the desire for love and peace. So I vacillate throughout the day. I go between like deep anger and being concerned that maybe we've gone too far in being nice to people who want to stay in power and harm others. And then other times I go, oh, we have to be loving. So I've been on the fence back and forth of how these protests should be going. But what I'm not ever vacillating on is the fact that these rebellious protests need to happen, and I support them. That's how I feel. Anyway. So I'm really grateful that you guys feel the same way too, because I think this is the first time, maybe since 1992, which was the Rodney King, when all those riots went down. I only say quotes because I do think riots are usually, they're sometimes not even about an issue. They're just like, yeah, the football team won, whatever. Whereas protests and rebellions are about changing system structures. I also very much feel the power of music and poetry and healing and art, and I believe in it. So I don't know that, man, it's just a really challenging time. I do believe that this is going to help, so thank you for donating. That's my point. I think I'm better at just singing, so let's do that. Now this next song might be a little bit, I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. Let's find out. Might be a little bit triggering. I don't know. Oh boy, what did I just do? Hey, we have reverb now. Well, let's hope this song is not triggering. I don't know anymore. I don't know what to say. Oh God. So, yeah, how do I do this all? I still have not figured out the perfect setup. Okay. Yeah. All I will say is that the title of this song is symbolic. My family, I have to go to Ancestry.com and really learn about all this properly, like my mom has learned, but our family is actually 16th generation Americans, and Thomas Jefferson was one of our relatives, and apparently we came over in 1611. This is all true on my mom's side. And my mom was a big part of many movements in the 60s. We're a family that believes in equality and believes in what my brother so aptly put last night, people call white privilege, right? We feel like, that should be a privilege, quote unquote, given to all humanity. It should be basic human rights. Like, it shouldn't have to feel like a privilege to be treated like a human being. So our family dreams of a day where the way we interact with people is the way that the rest of the world allows others to interact with each other. I don't know if that makes any sense. So we got spoiled, I think, as kids. We grew up in New York City and LA. My very first teacher was an African-American woman named Miss Cleo. My best friend when I was a kid, I didn't know he was Jewish. I just knew that he drew Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles well. We were very, not sheltered, but we were just given an opportunity to, we were very fortunate. So not everyone is given that education. It's time for everyone to learn. And I'm gonna keep playing music because you're here for music. But this is fun. You're doing great things. Thank you for being part of this. Hi, Periscope. By the way, Periscope, thank you for being here. I see you, Brazil. Thank you for sharing what you said. I see Facebook. Nice. Cool. Southern man, when will you pay them back? I heard screaming, bullwhips cracking. How long, how long, coming round. Swear by God I'm gonna cut him down, 'cause I heard screaming and bullwhips cracking. How long, how long, how long? Southern man, better keep your head. Don't forget what your good book says. Southern change is gonna come at last. Now your crosses are Is anybody else out here? Is anybody else out here? You stand around in discotheques and know your straps and checks. You're thinking, man, it's groovy. And you talk about love as if life were a Novelvo movie. Down on 2nd Avenue, somebody's dying. Haven't you the time of day to give to him? No, 'cause you're much too busy sagging out what's coming in, and losing ain't winning. Where you gonna go from here? So many milestones have passed. Can it last one more year? curtains drawn, you've taken your final bow. All your favorite words have been said before. Getting out of grammar school in June, and they're gonna wanna play too. But are there gonna be any games left for them to play? For that matter, are there gonna be any games left for me and you? Oh, what are we gonna do? It looks like we'd better be graduating too. Where you gonna go from here? So many miles have passed. Can it last one more year? Can you borrow today from tomorrow? A lot of good it's gonna do now. The revolution's over now, haven't you heard? The curtains drawn, you've taken your final bow. All your favorite words have been said before. You know they've all been said before. All right, we got time for a few more. Let me quickly turn off my phone so it stops clicking and clacking. All right. All right. So this is a tough time. Y'all. I'm going to espouse on certain thoughts right now. So I'm challenged for a lot of reasons. One, let's turn that reverb off. One, because I don't see, I'm so conflicted. I know that Chris Rock made a good point. He's like, yeah, being a police officer is a really hard job. Actually, Lori Amy made this. So if you're in here on Instagram or somewhere, thank you for sending me that or referencing it. But basically, thank you, Charlotte Alice. I appreciate that. I like that thinking. But long story short, he was saying that, like, yeah, being a cop is a really hard job. You know, every day you're putting your life in harm's way. You know, I might have an encounter as a white man 5 or 6 times in my life with a cop, always speeding violations. Ugh, my fault. I'm a really safe driver, but I've been flagged because of rental cars, whatever. So, but someone else who has a different skin color, somehow that changes things dramatically, which doesn't make any sense. It's very challenging. It makes me very angry. Anyway, they might get pulled over once every month, maybe once every 2 weeks, you know? And then, but Chris Rock's point was, well, police officer every day, 15, 30 times a day, they're putting themselves in harm's way. And yet his point was really good. He said, I understand that being a police officer is a really hard job. We're asking a lot of these people, but we're also asking a lot of pilots. And pilots need to get us there safely. So if you can't handle it, don't be a pilot. If you can't guarantee I'm going to get there safely, don't do it. And that's a really strong point that I agree with. Even though my heart goes out to anyone. I mean, I'm a scaredy cat. I wouldn't want to be out there every day with all this violence. So anyway, man, it's really, really hard time. But I cannot be okay. I mean, I'm sure none of us in this chat can be okay with people just because their skin color is different. Like, that's not fair. You can't wear an outfit or anything that can change it. Oh, but his skin color is that. Her skin color is that. That's just unacceptable. That's just unacceptable. So there was someone who popped in this chat earlier who was really into the George Soros stuff and all that. And if there's anyone in here like that who wants to have a dialogue, I know it's not a super two-way dialogue because you're texting, I'm talking, but But I don't think the solution is mocking people like that who may have different sources of information. It's really hard these days to know the truth. I get that. That's why I like science. That's why I like aggregate data. And we hear multiple opinions. We have sociologists involved. We have, neurologists involved. We have social care, healthcare workers. Like that I like. So if this person had information that was inaccurate, my response cannot be mockery, because they're never going to change it. I've never been in an argument one-on-one with anyone. Ask my mom, she's in the chat, or my brother. Or when I start yelling, people are like, oh man, you're right, good point, Zane, I want to agree with you. Now that being said, I very much support the protests and the everything that's going on out there, because that gets people's attention. Like when you're crying in an argument, you start crying, it's like, oh God, this is a serious issue. You were just talking before, now it's serious. So we need to be doing what we're doing now, I feel firmly, which is why this whole thing is about donating to help people who have the courage to stand up, But anyway, I don't think the solution, though, when there's a conversation and someone's open to having a dialogue and shares their perspective, I think it usually works out better when new information is shared that's accurate, unlike, I think, what that gentleman was sharing. So, yeah, cool. There are some things that are very hard to navigate right now. One of them that's not hard to navigate is that Black Lives Matter. That's not hard to navigate. That is an obvious, true statement. Man. And for those out there too who are curious, like, oh, how come people don't say all lives matter? I have an argument for that, why we don't say that. So it's a musical argument. So stick with me here if you're curious to hear my personal opinion. It's just my personal experience of everything. So if I'm talking to a jazz student and they're like, oh man, I really want to learn jazz guitar. Oh man, I've never played jazz guitar. What do I do? My first question would be, do you know diatonic harmony and the basic foundations of the language of music? And if they said no, I would not say, okay, cool, you don't know any of that? Okay, cool, just feel it. I wouldn't say just feel it, because they don't have the foundational understanding yet, right? They need the foundation first. And then we can start saying, feel it. Feel what feels natural to your soul. Once you've gotten the language down, it's really about conversation. But if they say, I don't know the language yet, I'd say, okay, cool. Well, that's piano. This is microphone. What's some other language things? Like hello, it's like a greeting. Hello is a greeting. I'd teach them the basic fundamental language before I'd say, just feel it. Because if I said just feel it, they might be like, they might not be speaking a language that anyone can understand. So when a white person says all lives matter, my opinion is that they haven't gotten the basic language. How do I put this? Oh no, here, put it this way. If someone is clamoring for that, maybe they have learned all the language and they understand the basics of the language, and it is true that we are all one. When we procreate, we are able to. We are all one family. We are totally one family. Michael Jackson was right. Martin Luther King was right. We are one family. So that's true. But if someone doesn't get the fundamentals yet, you gotta be like, oh, you got it. You're saying that because you want to deny someone else's pain. Okay, you're not on board with the full lexicon yet. We need to educate you that the reason why we're saying Black Lives Matter now is because for many years they have not mattered, and we're reminding people that they do. So that's actually the language we have to be using right now. Even though I personally, just like my roommates and friends, it's like, yeah, we're all humans, we're all equal. But to say that the way to say that is to say Black Lives Matter is my point. Because that's where we're at linguistically as a culture. Like that somehow got lost and missing along the way. So, I can think of a better analogy, but the point is we need to, first we need to teach the basics. And that's a basic thing that's gone missing. And maybe we'll get to a place one day where people are treated equally, not based on the color of their skin, but the content of their character. Maybe that will actually happen one day. But I really think we have to go inwards now. I really do. Oh, my mom's in here, and I see a paragraph, so I want to read this. Good point. Plus, we have to start giving psychological tests to anyone who wants to be a police officer. We have to choose people carefully and do the same kind of background checks that we do, for instance, when your grandpa Dave decided to go to seminary. He had to have a battery of psychiatric tests, and they had to wait an entire year to decide whether or not he was psychologically fit to be a priest. Right. Yeah, and there are also this whole idea of like defunding the police. I'm reading about that and going, that actually sounds pretty logical. Not to totally defund it, but I don't know, just refocus those resources somewhere else. Because if someone's like, oh man, my leg hurts, I cut my leg, well, you wouldn't be like, all right, here's Novocaine and here's an oxygen mask. It's like, no, it's just, it's a wound on my leg. Give me some Neosporin, I'm good. If someone's like, oh, I'm homeless, I have an issue. Oh, let's bring a bunch of guns and escalate it. No. Why don't you get a social worker there? Like, why don't you get a therapist there? Isn't that who should be there? Shouldn't the first responder be someone who can actually help? So there are situations where you unfortunately do need policing, but I think there may be a lot where you don't. I don't know. I'm just learning. I'm here to learn, and I'm here to support people who are fighting for injustice. That's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing in this concert. Thank you so much, Fabio. Also, thank you for raising $350 already for this. This is amazing, guys. Thank you for doing this. I think a lot of people are going to be helped by this fund. I really do. Oh, and one last thing for the guy who came with the George Soros kind of arguments. In a perfect world, we'd all be peaceful and happy. We'd all be. But we're humans, and we have anger, and we have trauma, and we express it. We need to express it. A lot of people are being arrested just for being part of the crowd. A lot of people are being shot with pellets just for being part of the crowd. Being handcuffed just for being part of the crowd. And the crowd's just saying, we have a peaceful right to protest. This is America. So I don't like the idea of broad brushstrokes with every single issue. I don't think that's fair. I think there needs to be nuance. And the nuance here is that there are very good people who want to create a fair world for all. And they're just getting arrested. So this will help them. They don't have the funds, Anyway, time to make music. Thanks, Blue 2015. Oh, yeah. Right. Antifa's not... Right, there's a whole thing about Antifa that's just really... Yeah, it's just... I must say, and again, I'm doing the best I can to be on top of things, but it's like, I just don't understand why there were 2 or 3 days of protests with silence from the White House and silence from the top of our government, and then the first day, tweet, I was like, just so you know, Antifa's, it's like, how tone deaf do you have to be for that to be the first thing you say? How tone deaf? It's just wild to me. I just think it's really important to create safety for all. And I've been having some really interesting conversations around socialism and communism and how things start. And long story short, I've come up with my one-tiered solution for life. First off, it's not possible because this is a utopian ideal. And we are human. I think part of the problem with government, part of the problem with a lot of the conversations since dawn of time is it's about like, oh, let's heal the human heart. Let's heal it. And if we put this policy in place, it will heal it. But people want power, and people don't let go of power easily. That's why we fight for our loved ones. That's why we are willing to kill for our child, things like that. So I think we've been trying to reduce things for years. That's why I really think us going inwards is the solution. And to that effect, I think education is where it's at. I think if we had beautiful black and brown and Asian, well, I don't know I'm not sure what I'm even allowed to say or how I'm supposed to say these things, but if we had beautiful children of all colors and creeds and heights and genders and all this, and they were educated that they are special and they have something to offer and that we need them, and they were put here on this planet by something, the Big Bang at least, maybe something more than that even, to live. They were given life, therefore they're allowed to be here, and we need them as a part of the society to flourish. If we like funded education like significantly more and taught people to love, I think statistically, crime and all those things would drop dramatically. I I'm not talking about like educating, inner city. I'm talking about everyone. If we like really funded education and taught people how to be excited about curious learning, and they wouldn't have time to focus on hurting other people. And we'd go, oh right, well we're learning in classes that we're all the same. Like, yeah, I know it might feel weird that like Jennifer's tall and you're not saying, she's taller than you. I know it might feel like you're different, but she has a brain, she has a heart, and if you guys were to get married one day and have kids, it's possible. How about Timmy over there? Oh yeah, he looks even more different than her. Oh yeah, same thing. You guys could fall in love. You guys could be together. Also you guys are from this planet called Earth, where we have DNA as the main code for how our genetics are written. So there's that too. Oh wow, we're all from the same family? Crazy. If that was part of our education system and we donated a lot more money to that and kids were not suffering and not getting enough attention, all that, I feel pretty strongly that things would change dramatically. This whole idea of like, oh, what stops a bad guy with a gun? A good guy with a gun. Yeah. Another thing that stops a bad guy with a good guy is if neither of them like had to kill each other. That would also be helpful. And that's a learned thing, almost always. So that's my one-tiered solution. Education. People who love children and love educating them, showing up for work because they're excited because they have enough money to teach, and kids getting enough attention and feeling valued and feeling the truth. Being valued is the truth because we're in this universe, on this planet by something. We're here. So that's the truth. If you are not valued in your home or in your land, that's not true. Someone got it wrong. That's like saying, oh, that chord, that's an F minor 7. No, it's C major 7. Oh, no, it's F minor. No, it's not. You're just wrong. Oh, that kid should not value themselves because they look different. Wrong? No, you're wrong. They should value themselves. Yeah, but, they don't have as much power or money. They're on planet Earth? Okay, it's the end of the conversation. They were born here? And this conversation is over. They are valuable. Cool. I have no idea what's happening right now. I've stopped playing music and just gotten on my high horse. Yeah. Amy likes that. Thanks, Mom. When schools were desegregated, the teachers were still mostly white. The gifted students of color have not been recognized. Oh, yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, those that are first programs to be cut funding. Exactly. Right. Yeah. It's where it's at. So, yeah, egoism. Yeah, I know. In the White House. Yeah, it's very, I don't know. My mom can attest to this. I'm one to get very angry in arguments, but I've been working on it a lot the past couple of years, and I distance myself and try to really think of how to be constructive. And I'm noticing right now in this time that as and I only do this, I do in quotes white man, because Jewish, Polish, Irish, Italians, it wasn't until one day someone was like, oh, wait a second, we're all pretty close in skin color. We're the same, we're white. Like, even the idea of whiteness is just so backwards. Alliances, right? God dang, so tribal of us. And that's how we survive, too. It's a very complex thing, in my opinion. It's like these evolutionary things that we're like, oh, we don't need anymore. Like my back hair. Like, I don't need that. A lot of people don't have back hair. I have a teeny bit. We don't need it no more. So we don't need to shelter it. We can have houses. So we don't need that no more. Evolution says, we don't need that. And what we also don't need is to look at another tribe and go, scared. It's like, oh no, we can talk now. We all share a language. Music is one of the languages we share. A lot of people on planet Earth speak English. We can speak that. A lot of people speak Mandarin and French as well. We can speak these common languages. We have the internet. So it's time for us to wake up to the fact that we are the same. Yeah, Italy is still racist, Frav. I've found from traveling to Europe, there's a very interesting thing that happens with racism, which is I walk in, they find out I'm American, they go, oh, you guys are so stupid and racist and dumb. And in many countries this has happened, in Nordic areas and Amsterdam and places I thought were extremely liberal. And I found like, oh, part of the reason there's a struggle, I think, with racism in parts of Europe is because it's like what's going on now in America, where if you don't see someone of a different look, a different variety of human, you're scared when you see them the first time. So it's like when people make fun of us, you're so racist, I'm thinking, at least we're trying. At least we're trying to all combine. We're doing the best we can. It's awful. It's awful for so many people, but we are trying to create a better union where people of all faiths and all beliefs and all skin colors and all heights and all genders and all, where we can all love the diversity. Tell you what, I would not want George Murasan crawling under my house to do work on it. I'd be like, dude, you're 7'8", man. You're gonna break yourself. You're gonna break my house. But this friend of mine over here who's a plumber who's 5'8", he's perfect for this job. And watching a basketball game with like me playing, I'd rather watch someone who's 6'10" who can dunk it. Like, man, our diversity is this is the best. It's so, thank God we got diversity. We got really smart people who figure out scientific things. We have really strong people who can protect people in a moment of crisis. Like, this is the best part about us. So it's not just celebrating to be like nice white guy celebrate. It's like, it's embedded in, it's so friggin' obvious. Anyway. Yeah, traveling, Liz, is the best education. Thank you so much, Dia. Thank you so much, Dia, for helping people find about this donation stream. Also, what's crazy? Cat Case says I'm on point. I bet the guitar's making me sound like I'm on point. What if everything I was saying was like... And I'm like, guys, you really need to donate to the... You'd be like, what? Does he want us to donate or does he want us to throw up? Hey, guys, thank you so much. I feel leaving love. Oh, God. I think that's funny. Okay, so... Right, yeah, Key, I know, I hear that too. She says that, American friends who live in Germany don't want to go back because they can't identify with the country at the moment. Right. I have a lot of friends who moved to Berlin. It's such an incredible area. It's crazy. So, thanks for the laugh, Dib Yahan on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, fear is what causes this stuff, I think. And it's funny how fear works too. All of us as kids, like, to me, I like to continue to go macro, micro, macro, micro. So the macro is Black Lives Matter. We have to support our brothers and sisters who look slightly different, barely, than we do, and be like, oh, you're a human being. You're amazing. I love you. You're the best. What can I do to support? That's what we gotta be doing. Great. So we're on board with that. And then when you go micro, it's interesting because as a child, you might have your parents say, you're so great, you're so great. Then once they say, that was terrible. And this is like straight up psychological science and even emergent neurological science. It creates a bond that's stronger, a negative experience, a fearful experience. So if someone like the George Soros guy who was earlier has one moment of fear from something, that feels more true. This is science. Then you're great, you're wonderful. And so to unlearn these things requires serious connection. Like we can remind ourselves, oh, you're not a threat, got it. Oh, you're not a threat, got it. Oh, keep saying that, keep experiencing that. And I'm lucky that I have not been in a situation around people who look different than I do where I felt unsafe. I've actually only been in a situation where I felt unsafe around people who look like me, but not as good looking, let's be real. Okay, not as attractive, right? Uglier, no, I'm kidding. I was in Perth once, and I will not say the word because I would trigger people, I'm sure, but I was called the word that's a gay slur because I was wearing like this flowery, cool shirt that I was going to perform with that night in Perth at a big concert, big festival. Side note, I met Erica Badu at that, and I was like, oh my God, I'm friends with Stephen Bruner. He's like, oh my God, tell him to say hi, and oh my gosh, because she was playing that festival too. But so I'm walking down the street after getting food, and these hooligans surrounded me. It's crazy. It's like they're wearing soccer jerseys, football jerseys, and they're like, hey, F word. I'm like, all right, cool. Where you headed, man? I'm like, I'm just going to play a concert, Oh yeah, I bet you are. Anyway, I just tried to diffuse the situation because it was like, what the heck? Point being, I'm lucky that I haven't had experiences with people who look slightly different than I do, because that might have created a complex. Oh God, The funny thing is, I had that in Australia, in Perth. Oh, God. Oh, footballer types. And all I wanted to say to them was like, dude, I love football. I love soccer. You're an idiot. Like, we could totally talk about a match. Like, man, your fear and your pain, your fear that I might be a little different than you are, God, that really rubbed you the wrong way to the point where you wanted to fight me, but we share a lot more in common. What's that you're breathing? Oxygen? Got it. Same here. You fucking... Pardon my French. So, anyway, that's how I feel about that. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Okay, Frav says there's two sides to that. Italians think Americans are so racist, but on the other hand, every Italian teenager's dream is to live in America. I'm 16. Even if I'm a teenager, I don't understand people of my age, and it's so annoying. Right, Frav. That's a great point, too. That I have a friend who's French who's like, yeah, she said a lot of things that were racist and didn't realize they were racist out here. Words that are not racist in France, apparently, but they are here. I was like, oh, whoa, careful. She's like, I'm not racist. Oh, okay, all right, whoa, a lot's happening. And it's like, you guys are the racists. I'm like, right. Okay, well, oh, God, this broad stroke thing is really going to get us in trouble. That's why I also, like, really am on board with a lot of these ideas around communal stuff. I'm not, like, a super-duper hipstery hippie guy, but I think smaller coalitions of people taking care of each other, it makes more sense. I was talking to my family last night that maybe it's a logarithmic formula, not an arithmetic formula. So for those of you guys that aren't math nerds like me, an arithmetic growth, a linear growth, would be a diagonal line up the x and y axis. So 1x, 1y, 2x, 2y. You know, x equals 3, y equals 4, or 3. X equals 5,222,000, and y equals 5,222,000. It scales well. Whereas an exponential formula, it's like x equals 1, y equals 0.0001. X equals 500, y still equals 0.002. And then eventually, bam, it shoots up. X is 17, and y is 5 million. It's like, whoa, that really got out of hand. Logarithmic are almost inverse of that. It's like, oh, steady growth at the beginning, and then it tails off. Like, wow, of course, we have 3 people in this town. Then you'd have these 3 jobs. Let's just keep doubling it. And then you double it to the point where it's like, oh, but now we have 8 million doctors, 8 million lawyers, and 8 million chefs, but we have no artists. Like, it works when it's just 3 people, but it might not scale up. So my fear is that we have such a huge population and we're trying to govern 300, 400 million people. Things are necessarily going to slip through the cracks and not be scalable, maybe. So that might be part of the problem, too, where we have to really create local love. And again, we're trying to address the issue of the human heart. Power. Hungry for power. Before it was, the past 500 years of European torture, or by European, I mean, America. But, descending from Europe. A couple thousand years before that, it was the Mongolian Empire with brutality. And it's all about power. It has nothing to do with skin tone. So we're trying to solve the issue of human power. I wish us all God's help on that. Right. Keyjohn says, I live in the African quarter. We're really mixed in the area. I never felt unsafe with my neighbors, but gosh, hooligans can be scary. Right. People who try to, whistle at you. I know a lot of women who feel really unsafe when that happens, as they should, in my opinion. It's like, it doesn't matter what you look like. Just, oh, God, stop trying to make me feel unsafe. Thanks, Jess Carroll. Well, I don't know if I have that. Again, my mom and brother and dad and sister can be like, Zane can get pretty unintelligent. But I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can. We're all human. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And on that note, let's do one more song. I'm trying to keep these shows to 90 minutes for my sanity and ability to record actual music that you guys can hear. I don't know if we had any followers today or anything. Let me check that real quick to thank them on Twitch. And I might have a very exciting thing coming up in a couple weeks. A big, believe it or not, a competition show on Twitch that I might take part in. I'm going to talk to someone today about it, and I'll let you guys know more as it happens, if it happens. Okay, so Pie God, thanks for following me. Thanks, Pie God, for subscribing. Lala Bright, thanks for following. TJ Brown Music, right, that's before I started. Cool. So, yeah, I'm going to do one more song. And I don't know what to pick because there's so many. So many. Songs, cover. Let's see lyrically what would make the most sense right now. Sammy wants to hear Lover You Should Have Come Over, which is a great song. I don't know if I still know that, though. Everyone wants Jeff Buckley. What's going on with this Jeff Buckley thing? Cool. And I'll be a great lawyer, Mom says. I knew I could never win an argument with you even when you were younger. Thanks, Mom. Right, it's exactly, Rubber Soul. Just right now, we are in the time of we must stand up for our black brothers and sisters. And then if it was 5 million years ago, it would be a different thing. But it's like power, power, power. We got to create equality. Because it's not going to hurt us if everyone around us is doing well. I mean, I'm trying to think, would I rather go to a desert where no one's there and there's no commerce, and there's no economy, and there's no support? Or would I rather be around a great commerce and economy? Yeah, of course I want to be around the great one. Well, we can create that if we create equality. He is one of my inspirations. That is true. He is. That is very true. Super hard. Thank you so much, Claire Means. Well, if you want to donate to this cause, that would be great. MFF Bail Fund is the link. tinyurl.com/MFF Bail Fund. We are totally going to raid someone on the way out. I don't know who yet. And soon I'm going to start getting raided a lot because of my new schedule, so that'll be exciting. Thanks, Mama. Everyone donate if you can. Please do. I still have no idea what song to do. This final song actually doesn't quite... Oh, I'd do that, Chaos Dragon. I would totally do that. Seriously. I'm gonna do this song. Doesn't quite relate to today, but it kind of does. Open up your eyes and then you'll see you're the only one who's standing next to me. Does it have to be a mystery while we contemplate if this is destiny? Oh, where do you go when you lose control? I love you. I love you. So being alone, I'm on my own. Oh, I can magnify a hollow touch, but I can't believe that I'm not strong enough. Maybe it's the way I comb my hair, allows me to deceive myself. I'm all that's here. All right, guys. That's our show for today. Whew. Thank you so much for being here. I can't believe we actually raised $425 to help people who are protesting the racial injustice in this country. So thank you for helping us do that. I am so grateful to be here. I love being on Twitch and playing for you guys, and on Facebook, and on Periscope, and on YouTube, and this whole multi-streak thing. It's really fun. I thank you for the follows. I see some follows happening. I see Claire Means. I see Illa Music. If you guys want to follow here, that we'll be doing more concerts like this. Hopefully they will not all have the somber tone that today had. And hopefully this won't be necessary someday in the future. Doing fundraisers for things such as the Minnesota Freedom Fund. But if you want to subscribe to the channel, you will see more content like this. If you want to follow, you will. For those watching in the rest of the internet, it's twitch.tv/Zane Carney. That's where I'm really doing these. And if I become a streaming partner at Twitch soon, which may happen, I will only be on Twitch streaming. So if you guys want to get in now, we'd love to have you. This will be on the Discord. Fabio, you're the best. Thank you for doing that. Chaos Dragon, give it up to Chaos Dragon for moderating this stream, and his henchman Nightbot. Thank you to Charlotte Joyce for donating $100 to this incredible cause. Thank you to you. Thank you to all you who donated. And thanks to my mom for raising me to not be a freaking idiot. So, you guys should all be thanking her. If you like what you saw today, you should be thanking her. Thank you, Dia Magica, for putting the thing on your on your Facebook and telling people about the donation thing. Mendoza's, I know we're just ending right now, but you can watch it in the VOD, afterwards on Twitch. And thank you for the socials, all that stuff, Chaos. And I will be seeing you guys at some point this week. I'll be doing some video gaming at some point, just to light off steam and stuff. And then Friday night, I'm going to try 9 p.m. one more time this week, but I may end up going back to 6 p.m. or a different time that's better for everyone. I'm still solving it, so thank you for your patience as I solve that. And you guys rock. You guys rock. Thank you for being here. We're going to raid someone now. So now, the question is, someone said there was a musician that's similar to me that we could raid. And raiding is, we're going to change the channel now. You get to see some other great music. But Chaos Dragon is working with Typical T, and that's a video gaming thing. And Chaos has been such a great moderator, I'm very tempted to do that. So I kind of want to hear that opinion from whoever else raised the other streamer first. But I'm inclined to go straight to Chaos Dragon's thing where he's moderating over there. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you for the great love. He's a small streamer who can use some love. Let's give him some love, guys. Let's raid Typical T is his name. Got it. So I've gotten love. I have 635 followers now. I've been streaming for about a month and a half. That's apparently a lot, I guess. But it's hard to get discovered on this platform. So whenever you raid someone, it helps them get discovered. And I've been raided a bunch. So let's do that. All right? That's right, baby. This week in your modding for a content Twitch. Got it. Key, you rock. All right, so let's do this. Let's raid channel. Let's find Typical T. Overwatch. Love it. 9 viewers. We're going to blow him up, guys. Thank you for being here. Let's give some love to this new streamer. He's a new streamer. He's a starting streamer, and we're going to give him some love. All right, guys, and I'll be in the chat talking with all you guys on this raid. So we're going to start the raid. We're bringing in 44 viewers, it looks like. It's 28 viewers. We're bringing in 29 viewers. We're bringing in 30. We're bringing in, here we go, 30 viewers, it looks like. Here we go. See you guys soon. Thank you for being here. Thank you for donating. You guys are amazing.
Some friends. Welcome, Chaos. It doesn't fit the screen. Whoa, okay. Welcome in, everybody. Holy heckers. Zane, holy heck. Thank you so much for the raid, bud. I appreciate that. Wow, look
a romantic cafe.
Holy heck.
You made your house.
Welcome in, Chaos. Good to see you. Kayjon. Hi ho. Hello. Amy, Chad. Good to see you. Sirius. Nice to see you as well. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome to the gaming corner. Welcome to the typical crew. Whatever, dude. You know, just welcome on in. I'm happy to have you all. We just swapped over to Minecraft. Going to be playing some modded here. I don't know if you guys heard of the mod pack Life in the Village. It's based around Millionaire. If you guys don't know what Millionaire is, there's a bunch of different civilizations that spawn in the world. So goodbye, old villagers. Hello, new villagers. They build their own stuff. You kind of help them out. It's kind of like Sim Cities in a way. It's really fun. And there's a lot of other stuff tweaked about this game. So I am excited to be on this journey with you guys. You guys came in at the right time. We didn't even start yet. You came from Zane's stream. Yeah, I saw that. Welcome in, Groove. Welcome in, Charlotte. Liz Air. Good to see ya. Don't know why I'm here. Just raiding. True, true, true. FGI Aniseed. Good to see ya. Adrian. 312345. Good to see you as well. Zane Carney. Yo, what's up, man? Thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hope you had a good stream. I don't know exactly what you were doing, but I hope it was fun. I hope you had a great time with it, you know? Whatever it was, I hope you and your chat were enjoying it to the maximum potential. That's what I hope. Let's get some chill beats playing right now. Just something relaxing in the background. Minecraft music is good and all, but let's just chill. Raiders on the stream. Yeah, we got Raiders shade. Watch out, watch out. It was an emotional concert. Ooh, live concert? That's cool. Chaos is the best. Chaos is great. Zane is a musician. He was doing a concert. That's lit, dude. That's awesome. Wait, what do you play? Musician, but like what instrument, dude? Man, chat's already like 3 times as fast as it was previously. Don't get a lot of practice reading chats that move quickly, so bear with me, guys. Sorry. Give me them pan flute vibes. Oh, you got them, bud. You got them. Let's turn this off. As much as I love Minecraft, music's that's fine. Pay attention to everything, T. I'm trying, shade. God. You're also Mario Tennis Aces streamer and gamer in general. Nice. Nice. All hail the mighty Chaos Dragon. He flexes his superiority around here quite often with all of his dragon knowledge. Typical Chaos Dragon. I'm a musician, and that's what brought me to Twitch. That's exciting. I like hearing that. That Twitch is a place for like every type of person. That's actually that's great to hear. I'm glad you're finding your spot in here with us. All right, so we spotted a lot of random stuff. Whoa, Zane Carney. Thank you for the follow, bud. I appreciate it. And Laura Romano. Thank you for the follow. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Well, this chain.